Welcome back to Escape from Mars. Last time we explored this Mars research expedition site. This is a biodome on Mars. And all the way at the end is this Iguana class freighter. Now this is a bit of a wreck. A lot of these components, they're actually unbuilt, like these gyroscopes and hydrogen tanks. So it looks a bit like a wreck, and there's a lot of work required if you want to make this operational. But there's a good reason to actually do so, since this ship contains hydrogen thrusters, and we cannot build them, so it's our ticket off this planet. So today we'll focus on getting this thing up and running, see if we can manage to do so, and think of a way to get it out of this place, as it is completely sealed off, so there's no escaping. So let's get to it. Now in order to get the ship running, we want at least the following things: a med bay, in case we die, an assembler, in case we lack some components, hydrogen tank and functional thrusters, and lastly, 2 gyroscopes and a battery. Alright, what will be a nice spot for a med bay? I think here would make a lot of sense. Ideally we want to connect it even. Can we remove some of these? I think we won't need those.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
So the corner med bay has just one underneath, right? Yeah, that's maybe not the nicest one to get, because this one has one at the back. So that would make it instantly connected. Did I get that right? I'll see it now. Yeah, I think it did. Alright, I think that would be a nice fit then. We get all the medical components in. Yep, cool. Ah, this is the craft gen, right. So it was not wise to get 500 steel plates with us. That's not the smartest thing to do. Although, I guess we can make a start on this. So, H2 gen. And then, what else? Probably the big hydrogen tank. Nice. Would make sense to finish things. So let's get this in the build planner. I did not check if this is actually more expensive than the plain one. Hope not. Alright, let's see if we can get these two going. It's a lot of steel tubes. I think we might have made a mistake with that. Oh god. So instead, what might be smart is that we ignore... where's our build planner? Let's ignore the hydrogen one and focus on getting the assembler going. That's a lot smarter. Because worst case scenario, we can convert steel plates to something else, I think. Now, where to place an assembler? That's the next important question. Could place it here as well. Should we do that? We won't be able to use like power efficiency modules, I think. It's this one, of course. Yeah, maybe it makes more sense to place it in this room. Should probably be something like that, right? Oh, we made a different one. Well, it's a problem for later. So this is the H2 gen, which is laying on its side, like so. So the connection point is up. So we can make an assembler and attach it any way we want, essentially. We do have to take into account that if we want some modules attached to it, it will be bigger. So I think it makes sense to place it upwards. Like so. Or we could place it here. I think that would be even nicer. Don't think we need this many hydrogen tanks. Let's try that. Can just not see what it looks like. That's a bit frustrating. Is that like a nice side? I forgot. Not really. I think that makes a lot of sense. So let's get that going. Some motors.
Tower reports convoy arrived.
Curious if we got all the things with us, but we'll find out. Alright, assembler. It works. You've unlocked new blocks. Strange. Right, I'm tempted to make power efficiency models, but let's wait with those before we spend more resources than we actually can. Medbay will be important. Alright, get the last resources for that. And then we can restore the first conveyors. Not sure why I was so interested in fixing that one. I guess it is an important one in the link. I think if we connect this one up, then everything from left to right should be connected. Or... not sure, I didn't really pay attention to the connectors. I think this is the point where we can turn on the lights, actually. Where did I set it up? I think this one, huh? No, I was wrong. Ah, it doesn't work because it doesn't have power. Smart. So that means the battery is empty then? No, it's actually just off. Alright. Oh, it's upside down. That's so ugly. No. Oh, why? I didn't realize that. Oh well. So it is what it is. That's gonna be annoying. So that bit is working. Now we want to get a bunch of ice in here and probably get this weld up. So go like... get the conveyors going as well. Yes, that's all connected. So in theory, you should be getting hydrogen. I don't know actually where he's getting it from now. From here, maybe? No. No clue. These should all be empty. I don't know where this is coming from. It's fine. We don't have to worry about it. Alright, next big thing. Would be nice to get some cargo going, but let's first see if we can weld up at least one hydrogen tank. We need quite some nice steel tubes. This is where I'm not sure if we got all of them with us actually. I doubt it. Let's also get some ice going. I think that will be nice. That'll be super cool once this is done though. I get some more. Then this back bit. Yeah, cargo container would be nice. Which will cost us... Which one is actually closer to being connected? And this one is just floating in the middle of nowhere. So I guess... Oh, but it's almost finished. Right, so maybe it's worthwhile to get that one. Yeah, because this has nothing essentially. So how would we do that? I guess there's cargo access here, so we can just go up. Or we go... via the longer route. This is all not connected, is it? No. Looks like everything is connected via the ground. So that's the thing to do. Alright, we're running out of things. That's a bad sign. And then... Right. Right, that's just motor, right? Cool. Let's bring the last bits to complete the hydrogen tank, and then we go for the motors. Right, that should be working then. We have a cargo container even. Now things are moving. Is there anywhere where we can actually access it easily? I think this is our spot. Yeah.
Energy low.
Cool. Let's get some ice. And maybe charge up a bit. It's gonna bother me a lot. But nothing we can do about it now. Why can't we deposit? So there is not cargo access. Alright. That's strange. Or is it off or something? I think there's something wrong still with the conveyor system. Ah. I think I know what's going wrong. This is all nicely connected to the back, but not to anything over here. I think that's what's going wrong. So how to do that? think in the middle would make a lot of sense. Alright, now it should be connected though. Yes, that works. Nice. Now, ideally we want to mirror that, so we have a bit of redundancy. So let's do that before we forget. Then everything should be connected. Let's get some oxygen, and then we can do some ice drilling. That's not working because we don't have ice yet. Makes sense. So unfortunately this will be by hand. I guess I will see you in a bit. I don't know how much we need. Probably more than just a few thousand. But maybe 20,000 would be enough? I don't really know. Right, so that's at least working. That should be charging the battery. I'm not sure how full a battery is. Right, it's 100% full, so we don't need that thing to be running all the time. So ideally, I would like not a programmable block, but it's a event controller, right? Can at least place it. Computers. This is at least loading, so that's quite nice. Assembler is not doing anything yet, that's also fine. I'm really happy with the progress so far. So essentially we just need a whole bunch of ice. And we need to set up the controls. You might need an actual cockpit. That's a lot of computers actually. Yeah, I guess we will steal the computers from inside. There's a lot of displays and programmable blocks and stuff like that. I think there's even a flight seat, so we might be able to get quite far. Ditch the script, take the last of our components. Medical components I think we can leave. We still have some room left, so let's also get a spare oxygen ball. I think that would be nice. And then hurry back.
Energy critical.
Yes. Probably help if we switch off our light. I'm looking the wrong way, am I? Yeah. Alright. Then we go charge up and get some more components. The med bay we can get rid of. Right, so this has... Yeah, we'll first get the medical components, so that's not smart, because then we're immediately full of crap. Let's get these. It's just crap. This is at least some computers. I did read these out loud in the previous session, so if you're interested, then you can read these messages. Motors and like 83 computers. Might have been smart to finish the event controller first. Oh well. Let's see. So what do we actually have in our large cargo container?
Convoy dispatched. Delivery X5398. ETA 35
So let's disassemble the bulletproof glass and see if we can then assemble, with the silicon that we get, some computers. Now we need iron, right? So then we also disassemble what? I guess some steel plates, because we are sure to get more. Okay, so those are some computers at least. Can we get some motors as well? So this will be controller for H2, and what we'll do is, if there's less than 30% power, it's the same setup as our base. We have 2 batteries. I didn't know. But one, well, let's first check if these batteries are both complete. No, they're not. Right, so let's remove that one from the equation, because I'm not sure what that will do. Remove that. So if there's less than that amount, then we will switch on the hydrogen engine. And if not, then we'll switch it off. So it's equal or less. So that will give us emergency power, so it's quite nice. And then we'll focus on getting this going. Alright, we have cockpit. I think we can switch on all the lights. This golden light here, I'm not a big fan. But it is funny. This weird themes going on. Let's reduce the golden glow a bit. It's these, right? Yeah, we want less. I think this is alright. I won't go completely mental with this color. I think that will be alright. Right, so we're missing some windows as well. So maybe I was a bit too optimistic when saying that we don't need all the glass. But there's a large amount of glass anyway at the base. So let's focus on getting some ice. And we should see our hydrogen charged. Probably wanna... Well, let's weld this up as well. Graph gen will be fun. I think we'll switch it off for now. Yeah, because that will require a lot of power. And then I think it would be nice to have another O2 gen. Or did we already get through all of our ice? Yeah, we did. But regardless, it would be nice to get a second one going, because they're not that expensive, I think. Nice. 1% gas. Yeah, we will need a bit more than that, I think. Right, both going. That's quite nice. Let's do another round. So I think when we have 5% or something, we might see what the lift is and stuff like that. Set up our hotbar. Now just notice that we have radiation also going. Didn't realize there was a thing here.
Inventory full.
Hand drilling. Nobody likes it, but it's suspicious how often we still need to do it. Almost 2%. Let's see if we can get everything going. Probably not, but curious. Probably want to get rid of that bit on top. The disco setup. We have at least 2 gyroscopes. We have all the hydrogen thrusters. Oh, there's already a group like that. Cool. Didn't see that. So, moment of truth. We quickly test which thrusters are already functional and which ones we need to fix. That looks quite good actually. Right side is missing. Right, so that's a big warning that something is wrong there. Cannot see what's happening on the back, so we have to get rid of this and walk around a little bit. This one is also missing, right, so there is a broken connection. Yeah, that's definitely something to check out. So where do you think it leads to the wall? I guess it's this bit, right? Looks like it. Let's try and fix that first. Alright, now we need to make it connect still. Didn't realize that was such a sloppy design from me. Guess we can make another hydrogen tank over here, but it's not something we want to do just for fun. That's not very smart. But anyway, it was the wrong wrong catwalk. I think they used this one. Now I just realized that these are the colors of an iguana, probably. Took me a while. And then here we probably want to go... Oh, let's do that upstairs. Like so. So that we can actually walk here. Right. That was the whole goal. We can weld up this, hopefully. And connect the final bit, and then I'm very curious if that allows us to use the thrusters on the left. Let's also get that going. I'm not sure what it does, but it might be interesting. Ah, it's just for the oxygen tank, right? Yeah, well, let's first see if the thrusters are working on the left side. Yay! Alright, so that's working. And it's just about the big thruster. How is our hydrogen doing actually? 4%, nice. So I guess it would be nice to get one more load of ice and then try and fix this thruster crew. Suspect the answer lies in that bit. There wouldn't happen to be a port over this side, right? Oh god. I think we need to go and... yeah, I think it's this bit. So we connect that bit and then we go to the left. And I'll get there, alright? And then I think we will just place it in the wall. Is that very ugly? Are we then outside of the ship, or is it... no, there's a double layer. Ah, it's not possible, right. Can you turn around, please? Yeah, there we go. Why? We're missing a bit, that's why. Alright, so last bit of catwalk. Let's make sure we have the components for it. Catwalk, I mean conveyor, of course. Not sure if that does it, or we still need to pull like a conveyor between those. Let's find out. Can we actually find out? No. Forgot that we were too big. Yeah, it still needs a bit of conveying. I think that's our most important thruster, so it will be worthwhile to get that going. Yeah, so I guess alternative way would be to get... wait, how does that work? To get this built, actually. That would also make it connect. Can we do that? Let's see how far we get. Right, it's just the steel tubes. Might be able to convert those. Wrong button. I think we have sufficient amount of iron to actually do that. Nice. I think we can get rid of this one. This is not connected to anything. Probably is a better way of doing that. Nice. And then we should probably check if these thrusters are now working. Yes, they are. Cool. So let's switch the thrusters off for now. Add one more round of hydrogen. And then see if this works. Alright. Pockets full of ice. Let's see if we can get this thing going. So it will be the moment of truth. We will unlock the landing gear and see if we get some movement in this big ship, or if it's, well, maybe good to check if it's actually a ship. It is a ship. Alright. It's a bit heavy, 700 kilograms. Not sure we have sufficient amount of thrust to do this, but yeah, let's find out. All the thrusters are off, right? Are on. Ah, we forgot about getting rid of the barrier.
Tower reports convoy arrived safely.
How do we get on the roof? Oh no, it's the angle. We cannot get up. Oh no. Alright, ladder, can we make that? Probably not. Yes. Any smart ideas? Well, we could just shoot it. Where do we ditch our gear again? One of the crates upstairs, right? Let's do that. We'll just shoot it. Alright, how much would we need to move? I think this bit we can just remove. In the middle section we have to be a bit more careful, because we can actually damage your ship with that. So let's see. I think that will do it. A lot of noise, but I think it's not a problem. Alright, let's check it out. Batteries check. Thrusters check. Gyroscopes check. Landing gear. It's doing it. It's immediately locked again, right? Yeah. It's locked again. So the only thing I'm trying to do right now is trying to not blow up the ship, but also freeing the ship and the camera from this awful position. Alright, I think we have to stop. Because our hydrogen is running out. Alright, panicking. Cannot see anything. Why is our landing gear not working? It's locked, alright. Didn't really do a lot. I think we made it worse. No, it's actually alright. It's still very tilted, but we are moving into the right direction. Right, so from that very panicky kind of test, we learned a lot of things. First of all, this one thruster is enough to carry a lot of weight, so that's very nice. The ship is mobile, is working, and yeah, we have all the things that we need to maybe even to escape the planet, but at least to get this ship functional. So I guess that's it for today. What we focus on next time is to get this ship into a position that we can actually work on it a bit better. More importantly, we will figure out a way to get it out of here, which will probably involve blowing a hole in the roof. So that's for next time. Thank you very much for joining, and special thanks for the people that subscribed, liked, and do all that sort of cool stuff. It's very nice, all the support, and I hope I see you around next time.